the 2 and the 3. Kevin Love out there with Howard. And it's Paul in at the point. And for the Rockets, Harden out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Bridges. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Drummond in at the center position. Now here's Rose. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question, I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Harden can't hit. Paul against Rose. Takes the 13-footer. The shot's good from Paul.
You know, it's amazing to me how Chris Paul does not sacrifice any accuracy when he shoots it off the dribble. He's a catch-and-shoot guy with some reliability, and off the dribble just as good.
Now, here's Bridges. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Green in the post. Defended by Covington. And Green gets it to go.
Boy, you're playing with fire anytime you leave somebody open on James' team. I mean, LeBron, his court vision, outstanding.
Back to Rose. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. In the corner, it's Bridges. Shot clock at 6. The 3 from Harden. The Rockets again can't hit.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And it's Green missing. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here. It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Pass to LeBron. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Really, that's his specialty right there. Finding that angle and then going hard to the rim.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Now here's Paul. Harden missing his last shot. Love dishes to James. Shoots over Bridges. And another basket for the Lakers.
Analytics says that you should ignore the mid-range jumper. No, not with LeBron. With him shooting, I'll bank on any shot he takes.
Now here's Rose. And here's Harden for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Covington against LeBron. Yep, that one goes. LeBron's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You know, LeBron James is so strong and able to finish through contact because of it. You got to wrap him up. You got to get him before he gets that ball up in the shooting motion, because contact other than that doesn't bother him.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. He's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team should be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
But they get it there. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Outside, Green. Out to Morris, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's McCray. shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
No good on the free throw. Mark, do you think on average rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decades.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line. And checking out some stats for James. Great showing for him last season. He put up about 27 points per game last season, 8 assists and 8 rebounds. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Houston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
And the Rockets with possession here, following the bucket by the Lakers. The Rockets with another miss.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
It's good.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Here is Harden, following the basket by LeBron James. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Rajon Rondo. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contribution, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
Here's Cephalosha. After the basket by the Lakers, bucket is good. Harden's got 9.
Now, you got to remember that Harden has a quick trigger, staple gun quick. This guy is looking to score as soon as the ball touches his hands.
Rondo against Harden. Now here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. There's the triple, and the 3 ball is good. And the Lakers lead by 8. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. It was a great friendship.
It's been a sort of long relationship.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Green and Rondo in the backcourt. LeBron James is out there with Looney. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And the Lakers making a change here. Hall's checked in. On deep. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Let's give a look now at the 2K leaderboard to see who led the league in assists last year. Third is Chris Paul.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
This one for three. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his third assist on the night.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's McCray. Cephalosha with it. Tucker the pass to Cephalosha. And stolen by James. And James with a clear path to the hoop and finished off by LeBron.
Well, you've got to be careful around LeBron and mindful of his presence now. He's very opportunistic defensively, and with that size, speed, and anticipation, he can pick your pocket.
Here's McCray, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Rajon Rondo. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Lakers?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Andre Drummond's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Robert Covington comes in for Cephalosha. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Damari Carroll. Now here's McLemore. Following the shot by Chris Paul. Covington kicks to Drummond. Now McLemore. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Paul passes to James. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities. And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak and steer everybody in proper alignment.
McCray. Howard's checked in for the Lakers. Shot clock at 5. Here's LeBron. That one misses. And Houston the other way now. Outside Rose. To the wing on the left. James against Bridges. Back to Rose. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded closer. Offline with his three. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Here's Bridges after Rajon Rondo's bucket, and it's sent back by Howard. James looking it over. Paul against Bridges. The shot's good from Paul.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
CP3 using every inch of that smallish frame to get a hand on it and send the shot back. How about that? The little fella showing us he can block shots too.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
And yes, it's good.
Boy, this is peak Rose at his best, an attacking, slashing guard who breaks down the defense easily.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Rockets trail by 15. And here is Bridges. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the paint. Morris with the rebound.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Rose against Paul. And shot on the way. The Lakers with the rebound.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Harden with the ball for Houston, trailing by 19. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect in the line so far here in the second quarter.
You got to respect his range now. Paul's form and release are perfect. I feel like every three he shoots is going in.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Lakers. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 2. And that's...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by James.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Bridges out there with Robert Covington. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard position. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Now, here's Bridges. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Clock at 6. Here's Drummond. The shot, no good. Excellent D from Howard. To the inside, and finished off by LeBron. Green against Harden. Over Green. Harden can't hit. LA has gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. And the bright lights of LA, perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
And it's good, 2 points.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebounder.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
Paul against Rose. Fires from 14. Rockets with the rebound. Drummond's got 6 rebounds in the game. Harden inside the three-point line. And that's collected by Love. Love's got 4 rebounds in this game. Paul kicks to Green. Pass to James. And the dunk by James.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
And here's Harden for three. The Lakers with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
James, and James throws it down.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct their roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? The direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions, but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
Here's Jordan after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Green, no luck. Harden scanning the floor. Launches it. Unable to get that one.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. The Lakers second.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran, had every possible chance.
And it's Looney with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
That one goes in.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. I mean, but right there, James simply overpowered it.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 12.
And they've got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of him.
LeBron James on the wing. The Rockets pull it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Rondo against Harden. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Harden's got 14 points for the game.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
LeBron dishes to Jordan. Outside, Green. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And it's Green with the jam.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Here's McCray, guarded by Green. Now, here's Tucker. No points in the game yet for him. Houston needs to get a shot over Jordan. Tucker can't get it to go.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Houston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Harden. Green with the block, and he gets it back. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Down low, and that one is stuffed right through.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
17 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here is Harden. 14 points for him. From deep three-point range, he can't get it to go. And so it's Los Angeles, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Lakers. Morris is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Hart in at the 2-guard spot.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Here's Clemens. And it's Baisley with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And the Rockets with possession here, following the bucket by the Lakers. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. He kicks it to Morris. And the pass to Hart. Fires the three. That shot missing. And it's Carroll with the ball for Houston. Puts it up from 12, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Hart, that's good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the final. You like that?
Yes and no. I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Hart. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. It's stolen by McLemore. Here's Carroll. Kicks it to Tucker. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Dudley. Pass to Hart. 6 on the shot clock. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong. to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Tucker. Got it. Good job in the low post. Tucker's got his first points of the night.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
Here's Hart. And closing the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws. It's on Ben McLemore.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for the Rockets. High, arcing shot, and he sinks the way up. Rivers has got his first basket.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Here's Hart. He's guarded by Rivers. Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Here's Looney. Shoots over Lyles. It's deflected, but he gets it back. Here's Hart. A three-pointer off the mark. Rockets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. No good on the shot, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. Here's Caruso. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for McLemore. Pass to Tucker, and here is Cephalosha. Passes it to Lyles. Here's Hart. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Now here's Dudley, following the miss by Austin Rivers. Hart the pass to Looney. Here's Baisley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And there's the pass to Tucker. There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And again, the turnover by the Rockets. And the Lakers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Caruso. Back to Rondo. 6 to shoot. Takes the three. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
Been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Greg Anthony, Clark Kelly.
You